Yeah, so anyways, I am 53 today. So yep, I'm not gonna lie about my age. I'm just gonna, just gonna say it. It's a little different, being in the 50s when you've 30s and 40s really seem to really last a long time. It felt like. And then now, ever since I've been in my 50s, it seems to be going pretty quickly. But anyways, that's totally fine. But yeah, so 53 today, and I'm just really, really grateful because the truth is, I have lived a year longer than my mom did. So you know what? I'm really, really grateful for my health and for the things that I've been doing to improve my health so that I can live longer. And yeah, so that was one of my realizations was just thinking. I mean, a year ago, I knew that she had passed away right near my 52nd birthday, and so now a year's gone by, and it's like, okay, a whole other year, and that's kind of weird to think about, but also something to be really, really grateful for, which I really am grateful for. Um, so I have some different realizations that I've come to over the last year, and some of these things might hit home for you guys. So I thought I would just kind of go over some of them. 1 year ago, it was only 1 year ago that I did my first OMAD. So even though I had been low carb for a long time and then I had been keto for quite a while, I had never actually done an OMAD. So the most I had ever done is, like a lot of people didn't have breakfast and, have your fatty coffee and that kind of thing, but I had never stretched it. And so that was about a year ago that I did my OMAD. And I remember posting in the group asking, hey, who in here does OMAD is 1 meal a day? Sorry, in case anybody doesn't know. And hey, anybody do it or whatever? And then so people were giving me tips and stuff. And I remember saying, my hair's a little weird today. I'm not sure I can do it. I'm really not sure that I can do this. But anyways, I tried it and I did it. And after I got used to it, I really, really liked it. So then, of course, over the course of the year, that became pretty second nature. And then I started adding in more fasting. And now it is very, very comfortable and regular for me to do 3-day fasts. So that's no problem. I intermix all my different kind of fasting schedules. So I guess what I'm saying is that, when you're first trying something and you're thinking, I don't know if I can do this, just give it a shot. Like, just give it a shot. We have lots of information in Unit 6 on fasting. It's super good for your immune system. So that's what we need to do these days. And, but don't be scared to try it. And even if you do it, part way, and then you can't make it all the way that you had planned, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Just do the part that you can do, and over time it gets easier. So I just thought, wow, it feels in my mind that I've been fasting for years, but it actually has only been a year. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Let's see what anybody else says. Good morning, Neer. I'm gonna say hi to a few people. Julia, Jody, Beth, Tanya, thank you guys so much for coming on. E-Rock, Eric, Marlon, Sandra. Oh, so great that you guys are here this morning. Okay, so some other realizations that I came up with for myself. This is just for me over the last year. Calories do count. Okay, so for me, so this is what I'm going to say is that part of my thinking was a little bit like, I do keto. I don't really have to worry about my calories so much. And I have realized for myself that yes, they do count. So for a while, I was too low in my calories. Then I kind of changed my mindset and I went a little bit too high. Either one doesn't work for me. I need to kind of find that happy medium. And so I think I have finally found it. And I found it through our macro tracking challenge. That's what kind of helped me to figure it out where my sweet spot is. And that seems to be working pretty good for me. So yeah, so what else? Too many chaffles, fat bombs, nut flours, and keto crackers. That was really slowing me down. Again, it's keto. I kind of figured, yeah, I can just have whatever I want. And especially when I was doing a lot of fasting and intermittent fasting, I kind of gave myself a free pass. No, that wasn't really that good. So I've really cut those kind of things out. It's a little bit more of a special treat now. I do have cookies that I keep in the freezer, and if I'm just feeling it, I'll have one, after dinner, tracking it, or whatever. But and today's my birthday, so I am going to make some kind of a chaffle with some, I think, blackberries and some whipped cream or something like that. I am going to have that tonight, and I probably will go over. And we're having steak and beans or something like that. Like, I think in the wash, I probably will come out fine. I'm going to allow myself not to track today. I'm going to be a little bit more lazy keto today on my birthday. But what I'm saying is, when I was really leaning on those things, because it was exciting, right? Like when Chaffles first came out, we were all just going crazy. That really slowed me down. So that was something that I realized over this last year, because that was the craze this year. Every person loses differently. And I know I say this in the group all the time, but I'm no different than you, that, once in a while I'll kind of go, well, gee, I'm still got my last, 25 pounds, and I'm still, going with that. And, and you see other people that they go on, they say, oh, I've lost, in the amount of time that I've been doing or whatever. But truly, 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 every single person is different. We all have different health things. We all have different metabolisms. We all have different ages. I'm 53. It's not as easy as it was when I was in my 20s or 30s even. So we just have to be mindful of that. I have really embraced that this year. It's like, I am so happy for everybody else. I'm just doing me. I'm just doing me, and I'm not going to worry about the speed to which I get there. I am just doing what I know that I need to do for my health. Let's see. Oh, grains. Okay. Well, I always knew that grains were an issue, and I have talked many times on here about that. And I also did my one specifically on grains a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that, it's Unit 7, where I have the coffee with leaders that I've done. Anyway, so I've known that it's always been, a weak spot for me, definitely. But over this last year, I have realized that not only does it set me back, it is like a drug to me. And it's just, I think if you're really real with yourself, what your triggers are. Most people do. And I think I was in denial for the longest time. For health reasons, I totally knew. And I was like off grains 99% of the time. But what I'm saying is, like, when I would kind of go off on vacation or special occasion or something like that, and I would allow myself to have it, I didn't realize the hold that it has on me, always will have on me. I will always be a grain addict, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, it will never change for me. And so I just have to accept that. And, it's better for my health anyway, so I'm totally fine with that. The odd time, one and done, that's it. I know 100% that if I go beyond that one meal or that one maybe bite or whatever the situation is, but if I go beyond that, it's a bad situation. And there were, I'm going to say 3 times this year, I'm guessing here, but probably 3 times, where I went so far back that I didn't recognize myself. Not proud moments for me. I really was shocked at how much it still affected me, because I almost thought of it as something like I've gotten over, and that it's okay, that once in a while I can have it. And I really know now that I can't. I just can't. It's like everybody has things, I'm sure, that that just really set you back if you have it, in the addiction way. Okay, so that is something that I have learned over this last year, and I'm owning it. I'm just owning it, and I'm embracing it, and I just know that that's something that I just cannot go for. So my birthday cake tonight will be almond flour based and whipped cream and berries, and it'll all be good. And I'm totally fine to go over on my carbs today. It's just not going to be in the way of grains. That's for sure. Okay. So I always say this, and I always have said that health is number 1, weight loss is number 2 in my world. And this fact has never, ever let me down. So over the last year, concentrating on my health first, I have overcome hypothyroidism, which is something that I suffered with for, well, I actually didn't even know that I had it for the longest time. And then when I realized what it was, I think I knew for about a year and a half or something like that. And I overcame it. I am totally fine now working with my naturopathic doctor, eating the right way or whatever. And that was my priority. That was absolutely my priority. I also had really low iron, and I had maxed out adrenal glands, which affected everything in my life. I had really, really high stress levels. So actually all three kind of fit together. So it actually worked out good that I was working on all three. But over the last year, I have truly embraced health first, weight loss second. And when I say that, I don't mean that I'm not working on my weight loss. Of course I am. But I'm trying really hard not to get frustrated when the scale is not going down as much. My fat percentage is not going down as much. I still have areas of my body that I am trying to work on. But I'm trying not to get down on it because I look at the health improvements that I have. My A1C improved, my cholesterol improved. Like I said, I don't have hypothyroidism anymore. To actually say I am not hypothyroid anymore, that's huge. So these are really, really big wins, and those are the things that I'm really, really concentrating. Everything else is going to work out. I mean, eventually I am going to get to exactly physically where I want to be. But health is really what I'm concentrating on. And especially now, I'm really, really, really working on my immune system. And we're going to talk more about that in the group because we all need to be really mindful of our immune system. So we'll work on some group things to do with that. Daily rituals. Over the past year, there are things that I was doing, but just not routinely enough. And I have really started to have certain rituals that I do every day. So one is a gratitude journal. I have a gratitude journal that I write in every single day. It really sets the tone for my day. It is something that I look forward to every single morning. Also meditation and yoga. These are things that I have incorporated in my life. Doing these things for the whole year has really helped me with my adrenal gland situation. Yeah, there are so many things that we can do to change our health. And it's not always what we eat and drink. A lot of times it is what we think. And it is, the thoughts that we have and the things that we tell each other. I used to be really hard on myself. We all are, right? We all are. But I mean, it was like over this last year, I was really, really trying to be mindful of the things that I was saying to myself. You look in the mirror and you see a flaw or something like that. And it's like, so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous to be thinking of those things. So I have been trying to be a good friend to myself. So whenever I would have these thoughts, I would try to turn it around. These are the mental things that I've been working on over the last year. Another realization, and Eric and Beth will love this one, exercise did make a difference. So I don't love exercise. I really never have. I wish I could say that I was like these people that just seem to love it, or at least when they get going with it, they say, oh, it was so great after or whatever. I'm still that person that has to force myself to do it pretty much, unless it's a walk outside. I mean, that's awesome. But anything above that is a push. Okay, I'm not going to lie. It's a push. And I did push myself this year in ways that I hadn't before. And it did make a difference, totally made a difference. Now, I will admit that over the last few months, I have been slack, and I can feel it. The tone in my shape, I can feel it in my muscles. I haven't had a 3-day body scan for a while, so I don't know what that is. And now that gym is closed, so I can't even go back in. But I do have a smart scale, so I'm going to see if I can figure out on there if there's any loss or whatever. But anyway, the point is that when I was really doing it and I was really making an effort, I did notice a difference, big time difference. So in my life, exercise really did make a difference. So I am going to be stepping it up. I do have a home gym and I can walk, and there's all kinds of things. And I think we're going to be talking about that in the group of things that we can do at home. So yeah, so that was a realization that, sometimes it's like, oh, darn. But it's true. So I have to own that. And my last one, and this was my whole year. I was thinking about it, but now more than ever, with everything going on, this is my mantra. This is what I'm saying all the time is I can only control me. That's it. I do not have the power to really control anything that's going on around me, and neither can you. All we can do is all we can do is control our thoughts, our actions, our feelings. That's all we can do. And so I was already embracing that all year long. Just silly little examples, like say somebody says something to me and it upset me, and automatically I would react to it. Part of that was an adrenal situation. So that really helped with my adrenals getting straightened out. But do you know what I mean? Like someone says something and then I would just fly off the handle and be defensive and, whatever. And it's like not necessary, right? I don't need to control that other person. I only need to control my thoughts. I know what I believe, and I know what thoughts are right for me. So that is the kind of thing that I've been working on for the last year. And I think it's really important now, that we need to focus on what we can control and try our best to not be upset about what we can't control. So, okay, now something just popped up on my computer. Okay, there we go. Now I can see it. I'm telling you, the tech stuff is just getting me like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, first thing this morning, boop. Anyways, I'm going to read some of the things that are on here because they're really good. Beth says, get out of your comfort zone. You might find you like the pain burn from a workout. Yeah, Beth, and you know what? And I did notice that when I was working out with the trainer. It was really uncomfortable. I mean, really uncomfortable. I did not enjoy it. And she really took me out of my comfort zone. But I was super, super proud of myself that I did it. And so and then I carried that on with my own workouts. Like I said, I've been kind of slack lately, but I'm stepping it up. Like literally today, I'm making my plan and I'm deciding what I'm doing, and every single day I am going to be doing something to up my game because it really did make a difference. Thank you that I pushed myself. It really was uncomfortable. First of all, it was at a gym where it's very competitive in nature. Like the people at the gym go into competitions. Like literally I would walk in and they're lubing themselves up in the corner and they're taking pictures and all that kind of stuff. They were getting ready for competition. So that's a level of gym that I was going to because they have the 3D scanner, but also it was this particular trainer that I wanted to work with. And I only went like 5 times, but the gym was all glass. So there I am, doing my burpees and doing all the stuff and feeling really uncomfortable, but I was like, okay, well, nobody knows me here and whatever. So I just did what I had to do, but it was uncomfortable. So I'm going to be pushing it. I'm going to be pushing it at home. This is something that I can control. Okay, I can control what I do for exercise, and sitting around and thinking is not going to help right now. So I really need to keep busy, and exercise is really, really good for your immune system, and it's really, really good for your body. So that's what I'm going to be doing. E-Rock says, nature. Yes, I am trying every single day. I am going to be going for a walk, at least 1 walk a day, maybe 2. Really nice weather we've been having here. So I definitely want to get out. So I want to go back here and just see if there's anything else that I'm just going to read through really quickly here. Yeah, I'm just so enjoying my fatty coffee today. I made it extra fatty today. I put in 2 scoops of my MCT oil powder today. I think that's deserved on a birthday, right? I think so. Okay. Oh, my thing is scrolling down kind of funny here today. Yes, Beth hit it right on the head right there. Everyone needs to stop saying can't we need to start saying, I will try. And that is so, so true. I'm not saying I'm going to be perfect, but I am going to try. I'm making my exercise plan today. I'm putting it in my phone. I'm going to schedule it in. I am going to do the things that are going to help me reach my goal and help me to actually follow through. That's the other thing is like sometimes we all have good intentions. I can say for myself, I have really good intentions, but we have to take action and follow through on the intentions, or it's really not going to do anything. I mean, I'm sure there's been times where you guys have said, okay, I had my weekend off or whatever, and I'm going to start fresh today or whatever. And then you're starting your fresh day, and then you're starting to feel the carb hunger or whatever. And right there in that moment, you can go, you got two ways to go. Okay. Either I am going to do what I say I did, or I'm going to go backsies again, and then I'm not moving on. And so that's the kind of thing that I've been working on in the last year is that if I make a promise to myself and I said that I was going to do this, I'm going to keep the promise to myself and I'm going to do it. It may be adapted a little bit. Like, for example, I might, after a weekend of, indulgence or whatever, and say I was going to fast, for example, on a Monday, and I might start that fasting day and go, wow, I'm in a world of hurt right now. It's just not going to happen for me, the fasting part. So I can adapt to that and I can say, you know what? I'm going to have a couple fatty coffees. I'm going to do some things that still keeps me on that path. And I'm still going to follow through on the promise that I said for myself, but I may just have to adapt it a little bit. The easy thing would be to go, oh, wow, I'm feeling this carb craving so bad and I'm just going to have something really off, but then that's going to throw me off even more. So it's just keeping the promises that I make to myself, taking the action needed in order to get to my goal. So these are the things that I have learned over the last year, and now I'm 53, and so we'll see what happens over the next year. I'm sure I will come up with some other realizations, as you guys will too. So anyways, I am really excited to be in the group today. I have more time today. I've been really busy the last few days, but today I'm definitely going to be in the group more so we can have some more chit chats. Just going to read a couple more things. Happy birthday, dear friend. Thank you. Confused after reading about 100% grain free. Just bought bagels and bread from Julian Bakery. They were one net carb, not be able to use them, planned on freezing them. Well, you know what, Linda? I mean, like, you're in the hospital and stuff, and so you've got some really big things going on. I don't know if you watched my video on going 100% grain free. There's some benefits to it for sure. I mean, everyone has to do what's right for them. For me and my inflammation and my addictions to grains, I really do have to be, well, I mean, I'd like to say like 100%, but is there going to be a little off onesies here and there? Probably here and there, but I'm going to try my absolute darndest to like not have it at all because it does me no good whatsoever. For you, maybe your tolerance, maybe you can have a little bit. I'll talk to you privately about that, Linda. That's really up to you and what's going on with your health. Okay, so we can talk about that. Yeah, let's see. Attitude is number one. Absolutely. I hate sweating. Truly, Julia. I totally get you. It's actually, I honestly, the sweating part doesn't bother me. I actually have a sauna, and I totally love using my sauna. I don't have an issue with the sweating part. It's the moving part. I don't know. I didn't grow up playing sports. It just wasn't a thing in my world, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm getting over it. I got to get over it. And I say to myself, at the very least, go for an effing walk, right? Everyone can go for a walk. So that's all. I'm doing that, but then I also have my workout too. So I'm going to be pushing myself. I really am. I really, really need it. Okay, struggling all day, wanting to snack, stuck at home. I'm having another fatty coffee instead. Awesome, Bonnie. That's it. I always say to myself, if I need to have something else, I give myself full permission to have another fatty coffee. It is certainly better than any other alternative. Like, even if you went too high in the fat, because let's face it, if we go too high in the fat, that is going to set us back a little bit too. But it's way better than the alternative, right? I've had days where I've had 4 fatty coffees. that's what it takes to get me through and not have those carbs, I'm going to have those fatty coffees. And sometimes just emotionally, we just need it, right? If you're under a lot of stress and stuff, sometimes we just need it. Okay, get moving. Every time you want to pick something, wipe something down. That's a good one. Every time you want to pick something up, wipe something down. That's actually really good. I've been, I'm just going to end this by saying that, and we'll talk about this more in the group, but, I've been purging the house. I've been cleaning. I've been, organizing, what supplies I have and things like that. And it keeps you busy. It keeps you busy and it keeps your mind busy, keeps your body busy. And these are things that we need to do definitely. So anyways, you guys have an awesome day. And thank you so much for all the wonderful birthday wishes. I feel very loved and I feel so grateful for you guys. I love our group so much and I love you all so much. And we're going to really support each other in this group. So anyways, I will talk to you in the group today. Okay, take care, you guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, before you go, hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time we have a new video posted. Also, down in the description, I will have links to everything that we talked about in our chat today, including information on how you can join my Intentionally Bare Keto support group. See you next time.